Yo guys, what's up? I got the plays you guys for Monday Night Football. We got two plays to get into in 1 second. First, before we do, like always, do me a huge favor. Make sure to drop a like on the video. Obviously, like always, guys, it's free. Takes 1 second. It's just one button, but it helps me out so much. I'd really appreciate that. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel either. About 70% of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribed. I'm not sure why. We have been doing great in the NFL. NFL Sunday yesterday was okay. But before that, I mean, we were crushing it. Cashed a four leg on Thursday Night Football, cashed 5 for 1 on Thanksgiving. So we're on an 18-6 run in the NFL. Very, very good. We're going to get into those picks, like I said, in 1 second. First, before we do, like always, I mean, I talk about it every single video, but if you guys are new to the channel, especially you guys, make sure to listen up because all of you guys watching right now, can literally make over $220 for free in 5 to 10 minutes. All I'm talking about is deposit matches. It's very simple, very fast, very easy to do. The two apps I'd highly recommend right now is going to be the Sleeper app and the Chalkboard app. The reason I like these two apps, and by the way, I will leave the links down below, so just click the links down below in the description of this video. When you click those links, it basically does everything for you. So just click those links, download the apps. Make sure to use code GHOST when you sign up. Chalkboard will give you a $100 deposit match and a free 0.5 square when you sign up with code GHOST. They also have a promo page on their app. I talk about it all the time. No other app has that. They have sometimes 6 discounts. Sometimes I've seen up to 12 different discounts on one single day. So I highly recommend I have Chalkboard just to take advantage of all of those discounts. Easiest app to actually cash slips on. That's why we cashed the Thursday Night Football play right there. But I mean, you could just throw discounts in on all your plays and it's going to make you extra money and it's way easier to cash the slip. So Chalkboard I love, $100 for free and a free square. Again, that link's down below. And then Sleeper right now might even be the best one because when you sign up on Sleeper right now using code GHOST, you get a $20 free entry, no deposit necessary. They don't need your information, nothing like that. You literally download the app with code GHOST. You get $20 to bet with right away. And then when you eventually deposit, they still give you that $100 deposit match, the free 0.5 square, and right now, and honestly all the time, but right now they have a ton of payout boosts. You get a 70%, 60%, and 50% payout boost right now to add on to your slips to make even more money if you end up cashing. So I highly recommend it. Again, the links are down below. Just click those links. Make sure to use code GHOST when you sign up. That's $220 for free, 2 free squares, and a ton of discounts, whether it's actually just discounted lines or a payout boost. So highly recommend it. Links are down below. With that being said, let's hop into the two plays. So we got a decent game here. It's Eagles versus Chargers. Now the defenses in these games are pretty solid. I kind of had some trouble finding plays right away. It took me a while to find some plays, but the first play I found was Justin Herbert on his rushing yards. We're going to take him under 19.5. I actually was perfectly fine taking the under on this earlier in the night at 18.5. And then right now, right before I started recording, got bumped up to 19.5. So even better for us. Love that line right there. On most apps, it is at 18.5. So we're getting we're getting a better line here on Prizepicks as of right now. It's probably going to bump back down. But the reason I like him under his rushing yards, if you guys don't know, he's coming back off of an injury. He broke his hand. He broke his left hand. So it's not his throwing hand, but I do expect him to be a little, more careful in this game, more conservative, especially in the run game, really specifically in the run game. The coaches as well, not that he ever really gets designed quarterback runs anyway, but I really expect this whole Chargers team to be very conservative with Justin Herbert running the ball. So that just in general makes me think he's not going to run the ball a lot. But then also when you look at the matchup against the Eagles, their D-line's been very good this year. I mean, they've been pretty solid at stopping running quarterbacks. I mean, they took Baker Mayfield, only had about 12 rushing yards against them. They played Jackson Dart twice. In one of those games, he only had about 11 rushing yards, which is pretty crazy, honestly. And then Justin Herbert, I think we all agree, he's had some good games here. I mean, he had 62 rushing yards, 57 rushing yards, but at the end of the day, overall, he's nowhere near as good of a runner as Baker Mayfield or Jackson Dart, something like that. And then even the quarterbacks that have gone over this line against the Eagles this year, they're barely getting over it. I mean, with like 22, 23 yards, but for the most part, most quarterbacks that go against the Eagles, even running quarterbacks, do go under this line, under 20 yards rushing. And Justin Herbert, even though he's had some good games, I think this is kind of swaying his line up. Normally, in a normal season, last few years, if you look at Justin Herbert's rushing yards, it'll be at like an 8.5, a 7.5. So even though he had these two good games, or really, I mean, he had 4 decent games in a row, it kind of bumped that line all the way up to 19.5. Now you have a pretty good matchup to stop the quarterback run, and he's coming off of a broken hand. So I do like Justin Herbert under 19.5 rushing yards for that first play. And the second play we have is going to be somewhat self-explanatory. We're going to be taking Devonta Smith over on his targets right here. And we're taking him over on his targets at, I believe, 7 right here. Yeah, so 7 targets. We're taking him over. I think worst case scenario, obviously, I would have loved to get this at 6.5. While it's at 7, we would need 8 to cash. So 7, it's not a horrible line because I think worst case scenario, he will end exactly on 7. And then we push. We don't lose any money, don't make any money. And it just is what it is. But I do think we'll end up getting over that line and get to 8 or 9 targets in this game. I mean, in general, this year, he has gone over this line in majority of his games. So I already love that fact. And then playing against the Chargers, this actually is a pretty solid defense, especially against wide receivers this year. But that's exactly why we're taking targets. We're not taking receptions. We're not taking yards. We're specifically taking targets because it is a very solid defense against wide receivers. I do think the Eagles are going to drive, 3-4 solid drives throughout this game. And if they are, it's not going to be 1 or 2 deep plays. It's going to be a long, methodical drive, which is where I like Devonta Smith to get 2 or 3 targets on a single drive in this game. But also, the number one thing you need to realize in this game, Devonta Smith, like I said, goes over this majority of games anyway. Really, the only times he misses this line is when A.J. Brown steals all of his targets. But in this game, if you guys don't know, the Chargers run some of the most zone coverage in the entire NFL. Devonta Smith kills zone coverage. He's their go-to guy in zone coverage. A.J. Brown has one of the biggest fall-offs in the entire league when it comes to playing zone coverage versus man coverage. So I don't think A.J. Brown's going to have a horrible game, but I don't expect him to steal a ton of targets specifically because they're playing a really heavy zone defense. So I love Devonta Smith against this heavy zone defense to get at least 7 targets. And again, like I said, I do think he'll end up going over that. But if he ends at exactly 7, it's not even that big of a deal. We don't, lose any money anyway. So it is what it is. But that's going to be the 2 plays I got for you guys for Monday Night Football. Make sure to drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe. But again, like I told you guys at the beginning, you could get a Jalen Hurts free square for this game. So add that onto your slip on Sleeper. You get $100 to start off with as well. A $20 free entry, a ton of payout boosts just to get you even more money. And that's just Sleeper. And then Chalkboard again, another $100, another free square, a ton of promos again. So I highly recommend it. Personally, I made my first couple thousands of dollars sports betting just using deposit matches. I downloaded like 10 different apps, got a ton of deposit matches, made a boat ton of money. So I'm trying to tell you guys because it's the best advice I can give you. We cash a ton on this channel, but really at the end of the day, the best advice I can give you is just go get free money on deposit matches. So like I said, the links to these apps are down below in the description of this video. Click those links. It does everything for you. Just make sure to use code GHOST before you deposit. That's how you will get your free $200 and your free squares, free promos, all that stuff. And it takes 5 to 10 minutes, absolute tops. With that being said, make sure to drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe. These are the 2 plays I got for you guys for Monday Night Football. Good luck with all your bets, and I'll catch you in the next video.